respect the flag. That's all I can say.
All right, people. March 9th. Okay? You know, you have all kinds of rumors are just, fucking awesome. In a way, you have everybody worried, oh, Russia's going to start, a war with us and what have you. Not gonna fucking happen. Okay? The reason is militarily he's not powerful enough to take on all of Europe, United Kingdom, and United States, and Canada. Canada, maybe not so much. But in a way, he doesn't have the ability to take all of us on, okay? The reason he attacked Ukraine is they're not part of the United Nations, okay? They didn't let them in. So they're not protected under the United Nations. Poland is, east of, of Russia. It's on the border. Poland is part of NATO. NATO. But anyway, what Russia is doing is he's trying to reunite all the countries that broke away from Russia back when the wall came down, when the communism collapsed. That's what he's out to do. Okay? He's not concerned about how long it's going to take him. The first thing he did was Crimea. Okay? He annexed, that from Ukraine. Okay? That was originally part of Russia. Ukraine was part of Russia. Slovakia, Moldova, whatever it's called. In a way, there's some other countries right around there, and that's what he's interested in taking. Is he going to do it all at once? No, he's not. He's roughing it in Ukraine. He thought it would be a cakewalk. Yeah, and it's not a cakewalk, okay? That's a big part of that is because President Trump gave the Ukrainians or sold Ukrainians munitions, anti-aircraft weapons. So that is what's really helped Ukraine. Now everybody's like, oh, Poland is giving the MiG-29s and they're sending them to Ramstein Air Force Base. I've been there. Ramstein Air Force Base, and then however they're going to get transferred from there to Poland. Ooh, that's going to get us in a war. Fucker Carlson, and them, normally I like him, but he's all, them and Newsmax are like, oh my God, it's worse than fucking China virus. No, that's not an act of war. If it was, Russia was supplying the terrorists, all these terrorist organizations that were in the Middle East. Russia was giving them, a lot of help. China was giving them help. Iran was giving them help. So you had all those countries giving help to the bad guys. Did that start a war? No, it did not start a world war. Russia doesn't have that ability. Once they take Ukraine, if they can continue to take it, they're going to build their forces along Ukraine's southern western border. Well, directly south is water. But in a way, he'll build up his forces there over a long period of time. He's seen his opportunity now. He's seen how weak the United States is, how Biden has destroyed this country in 13 months. They see when we pulled out of Afghan, how we pulled out of all our troops out, left $85 billion worth of equipment that handed over to the Taliban. 13 American soldiers killed because of a bomb, suicide bomber that was released from one of the prisons over there after we left. And they left all the Americans behind. Anybody in the military will tell you, you take your civilians out first, you take your equipment. If you don't take your equipment, you destroy your equipment. That's what they teach you in the military. You do not let it fall into enemy hands on any circumstances. But anyway, that was a total clusterfuck, plain and simple. that was a disaster. You know, and these assholes in the news organizations that are like, oh, doing such a great job. Oh my God, the rest of the world was sitting there laughing at us, and they're like, you know, when Trump was in, we had to behave. Because he was a no bullshitter. He said what would happen if we do this. We kept our cool. Biden gets in and they know automatically, well, wait a minute. Biden was in when we took Crimea. So ain't nothing going to happen. And nothing is happening. You know, but in a way, those MiG-29s need to reach Ukraine. No, Americans absolutely should not fly those aircraft in. What they should do is hire whoever, or send Ukrainian pilots to Germany, to Ramstein, and let them fly them from there. That's all they have to do. And Russia won't dare do anything because that'll be declaring war against the United Nations. He won't do that. And NATO. The full forces of NATO, yeah, you don't stand a chance. And we now have troops in Poland. That was one of the deals that was made back when President Trump was in. So that we're not going to go to war with Russia. Russia will push to a point, and then he'll stop because he knows the consequences of NATO forces. He knows that. He can't stand a chance. Now, him and China, if China says, okay, while this is going on, let's see what happens. Okay, now there's some distraction over here. All these rumors, now we're going to take Taiwan. And if China and Russia join forces, yeah, there would be no World War III. It would be, Europe would be owned by those two guys. And we'd be stuck over here. United Kingdom would fall pretty rapidly. And at that point, that's when the nukes go off. And, you know, all that good stuff. So anyway, stop with the fucking rumors. There's not going to be a war with Russia, with the United States troops on the ground. That's not going to happen. The only way that's going to happen is if there's an incursion into a territory that NATO is protected and our troops are there, such as Poland and some other countries that are around there. My geography isn't as good as it used to be, so you can look it up. But anyway, thanks for watching. Oh, gas! Look at fucking gas! 4.25 here in Michigan. I believe Debbie said it was 7.5 out there. That's just fucking nuts. And now, believe it or not, this country is so stupid, we're importing 850,000 barrels of Russian crude oil a day. That's a shocker. Why are we buying oil from Russia? You gotta be kidding me. So anyway, that's rather amusing. So anyway, Biden's puppet masters said, "Well, we're going to put a restriction on that, so we're not going to buy oil from Russia." Right? Why would we be doing that? So anyway, that's a good thing, though. But anyway, gas. The reason he's not doing anything with the gas prices, they want him, the idiots on the left, the global warmers and all that shit. They're the ones that want this, because if gas prices keep going up, people won't be able to go anywhere. Then they'll be forced to drive electric cars. So nobody can afford them. But you start buying electric cars, now everybody's plugging those electric cars in. Uh-oh, the power grid isn't working. You know what? We don't have the ability. We're going to have to build more oil plants, gas, coal plants, nuclear, whatever. We're going to have to build some plants. Now that everybody's got electric cars, we can't handle it. Solar and wind isn't enough. Oh, so those carbons are going back in the atmosphere anyway, but you got your way. Everybody's driving nice, clean electric cars. Right. The ignorance is just incredible. And it's like, oh, global warming, and everybody made a big deal. There was a guy frozen up in the Swiss Alps. Thousands of years have been there. Okay? So the glacier was melting and it exposed him, and they just thought it was some idiot that got lost up there. That wasn't the case. Mummified like perfectly. And basically what happened is the guy was hiking from Europe somewhere. And anyway, he was going through the Alps to an outpost where there was a trading post. And they believed there was a trading post there, but nobody really knew. So they figured the direction the guy was going in. They went there, they started digging, they found the outpost, that trading post that he was heading to. So then they proved that. But anyway, the point is, when that guy was crossing, there was no glacier. He literally was laying in a crevice. There was a big boulder, okay, and he was injured. I believe the arrow had stuck in him, and so he was injured. So he climbed behind the boulder, and there was a crevice behind the boulder from erosion, wind. You know how wind blows like that, and then it comes across something, it'll slowly dig behind it because it creates a current, eddies. So anyway, that's where they found the guy. So everybody was like, oh my God, the glacier is melting, doom. That's how that guy got there, was before the glacier was there. Think! So the glacier's come and gone. Just like global warming, it comes and goes. There's been so many ice ages, and so many, they drill samples, miles thick of samples of Antarctic ice. And they can tell you every time there's a major eruption of a volcano. They can tell you the carbon monoxide levels in the atmosphere, oxygen levels. They can tell you all that because all that gets trapped in the ice, and it just keeps getting compressed over time. So anything that's in that ice is preserved, and that's how they know there's been global warming in the past. Yes, I thoroughly believe we have hastened it with all the pollution. But if anything, we've definitely caused a hell of a lot of weird cancers, and all these new diseases are coming up with. What the hell is that shit? Every time you turn around, there's an ad on TV for some new drug, for some new disease. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Where the hell did that disease? Are scientists just like figuring, hey, oh yeah, there we go. What the hell, man? Where's all this shit coming from, Scientists got to be busy with all these weird names like they give drugs and shit, you can't even freaking pronounce it, But anyway, point being, Russia, World War III, no. Russia joins forces with China. When China takes Taiwan, then there's going to be some issues, but most everybody, especially the United States, would back down. Everybody would throw sanctions, naughty, we're cutting this, we're cutting that, so everything would stop, okay? Meanwhile, Russia controls Ukraine, China controls Taiwan, so everything comes to a standstill, and they go, okay, you're right, we're naughty, we'll stop, we'll start pulling out troops from here and there, but they're still going to control those areas. Those countries will still be controlled by China, in Ukraine, by Russia. So they got what they wanted without much effort. I mean, yeah, a lot of troops have died, and Ukraine's like kicking their ass. I mean, Ukraine's getting their ass kicked, but I mean, they're putting up a hell of a fight. They really are. They have some drones that they bought from Turkey, and they're doing a lot of devastation with those drones because Russia thought they would command the airspace, and they don't control the airspace. And that's why those MiG-29s, remember people, they're fighting for their freedom. There was no reason for Russia to invade Ukraine and Crimea. There was no reason for that whatsoever. None. It wasn't provoked. There was no reason for that other than Putin wants to reunite Russia. All the states. They were called states when it was Russia. It had different states. But anyway, all those countries that separated, he wants them back. And he eventually will take them back. What? Oh, the cat's telling me I forgot something, but I don't know what. Oh. The B, okay. He says, make sure you click the B in the bottom right hand corner to subscribe to my channel. What do you get? More Boeing videos. Yay! You can't go wrong. And if you hit the little dingy ringer bell, it'll notify you of when I'll upload another video. And subscribe. Don't subscribe. Thumbs up if you want a thumbs up. People don't realize, I think, that the reason that the thumbs up thing is you have to be a member of YouTube or whatever in order to leave comments and stuff. As far as I know that's how it used to be, and so that's why a lot of times videos will have 100,000 views, but only a couple thousand thumbs up, and that's why. So the battery's about ready to die. I just appreciate anybody watching my videos. Tell a friend, don't tell a friend, tell an enemy. Say, hey, point out certain videos. If you know a Biden lover, say, hey man, you gotta watch this asshole, man. He just picks on poor Biden. Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love me. You gotta love the United States of America. Thank you.